Janus is a 2024 indie film from Andy DeAngelo, writer and director of lush rom-com Like Yesterday. It's a breezy romance that gives you a little bit to think about along the way. Now, usually at this point I'd read out the synopsis, but I went into this film blind and I recommend you do too, because the first 20 minutes of this film do a fantastic job of showing and not telling you and seeding you those little plot points that are driving us forward. And it's kind of a waste to just know those things beforehand. Because a lot of the horror and suspense in this section comes from not knowing what's going on. The fear of the unknown. We know something gruesome is happening, but we don't know yet why or how, until we do. But after all that masterful seeding and storytelling, when we do finally find out what's going on, or mostly what's going on, I feel like that some of the momentum's lost there and the budget limitations start to show. We're essentially just in one room with two actors for a long period of time, which is fine. Plenty of films have pulled that off very well. But those other films have had a rising tension or conflict which feels just absent here, despite the best efforts of the actors who are fully committed to their performances. I saw someone mention Larry Cohen in a review of this, and I thought he could work wonders with this. I mean, that man managed to make me cry in a film about an island full of mutant babies. But this one just doesn't open its characters enough for it to do that for me, beyond the immediate. I think that's sort of the problem for me, is this film feels like an 80s throwback, which is fine. It has the practical effects on the villain, which is fine. I mean, it looks fantastic, actually, the villain's face. It has that Frank Henenlotter sort of vibe to it. But it's actually very modern in how that it uses like emotion as a driving force. It's a film about grief and loss and, you know, those ideas that are universal and are used in a lot of elevated horrors now, but they don't really hit home without the specifics of it, without the specifics of this character, of these characters, of this situation. There has to be something else there. There has to be something to connect to it other than just, yeah, I've experienced that. It's a tough balancing act to do, but it doesn't need to be, because, you know, a lot of those films in the 80s, they worked just because the villain was evil. They didn't need to have anything else more going for them. And a lot of the times, even if the middle section did sag, you almost always knew it's because they saved up the budget for a big mad finale, and it usually was mad. And it's another way that they made up for the budget back then, was to have the villain not only be mad, but his idea be completely mental, and him be eccentric, and it be sort of wild and unpredictable, and then building up to some big finale where someone just explodes inexplicably or something like that. I miss those days. Although the substance looks promising. Has anyone seen it yet? Anyway, Janus starts off very strong with its storytelling, seeding these ideas, and I loved how it wasn't afraid to switch tones, like when his character turns up, played by Caleb Cushing. Cushing? Where? Cushing? Any relation? Well, I've got a mother.
Sorry, Emma.
The introduction of Caleb Cushing's character was a nice breath of fresh air, because it added a bit of kookiness, and it made you care a bit about that character, because you knew that his world was about to be completely upended.
The f*** did you just say to me?
But yeah, I just think the film could have gone a bit madder for me, or maybe just kept its cards closer to its chest longer. Yeah. Janus is available to stream on Amazon. The link will be in the description as always. Please do give it a watch. Tell us what you thought. If you do, tell them that we sent you. We are the Don't Tell Show. If you liked, please subscribe.